Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Ray Lewis and ESPN NFL 2K5. 2K5 was one of the greatest football games ever made, and Ray Lewis is one of the best linebackers to ever do it. Now before we get to 2K5, we got to jump back to 2K4 because I wanted to make sure what I was thinking and what I was feeling was accurate, alright? So we are going to jump into franchise mode, right? We are going to leave everything default. We will go into the mode and we will turn injuries off because we don't want nothing funky to happen. I want to see how many tackles Ray Lewis is going to get in a regular season. Alright, just simulating here in 2K4, because in 2K5 it ain't right. My man don't be, he don't ever get no tackles in 2K5. If you don't believe me, pop it in yourself, simulate a season, and see what happens in 2K5 for my man Ray Lewis. But we're here in 2K4, I want to make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. So we turn off injuries, we are now in the depth chart, we're going to check to see who's our starting inside linebacker. Of course, it's Ray Lewis, 98 overall, 99 tackle. The man is an absolute monster. So we're going to simulate year number 1, and we're just going to see what happens. One, did the Ravens make the playoffs? It's going to be hard with Chris Redmond as a starting quarterback. I mean, you still got Jamal Lewis, got a young Ed Reed, got Ray Lewis still in his prime. So that defense is going to be right. But that offense, though, outside Jamal Lewis, it's going to be tough sledding. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be tough sledding. So the Ravens are going to finish 9-7. Not a huge surprise to go 9-7 with this Ravens team, but Ray Lewis is still one of the best linebackers in the league, so we want to see, does he digress? Does he get better? What happens? Jamal Lewis, he ran for over 2,000 yards, and Ray Lewis had a grand total of 163 tackles, which is third on the team behind Terrell Suggs. Peter Bower had 219. That's ridiculous. Ray Lewis 163 tackles, and he also had 16 sacks. So you would think that he would get better, because I believe this year was when he won Defensive Player of the Year for the second year in a row. That's one of the reasons why EA Sports put him on the cover of Madden 2005. Of course, they had the hit stick. So maybe 2K5 was like, no, we don't want people to think of Ray Lewis when they play this game. We don't want people to think about how great he is, because maybe they'll stop playing this game and go over to our competitors at EA Sports and play Madden 2005. So the only thing that I'm changing for this franchise is weekly preparation. If you don't do that and it's on, your team is going to suck. You have got to make sure you stay on top of that weekly preparation if you have it on. If you turn it off, then you're good. So this is 2K5. If you didn't know, we're going right back to the Ravens. That defense, awesome. You're going to see Ray Lewis is our starting right inside linebacker, and of course Ed Hartwell is our starting left inside linebacker. We're going to go down here and we're going to make sure that injuries are turned off, which they are. Well, I'm going to. They're not right there, but you see it. I'm turning it off right here. All right, so let's jump into another season. Our first game is versus those Brownies, then we got the Steelers, then we got the Bengals. Got all 3 division teams in the first 3 weeks. That's what I like to see. Let's get them about the way, baby. So we beat the Cleveland Browns. Now we're going to jump forward, and we're sitting at 6-9. Now again, that's not too uncommon with this Ravens team. The offense really wasn't that great outside Jamal Lewis, so we go 6-10, and of course we missed the playoffs. But we ain't really too focused on whether we make the playoffs or not. We want to make sure that Ray Lewis had a Ray Lewis type season. So we're gonna go to the tackles. Peter Bower has 145 to lead the team again. Terrell Suggs 130. Chris McAllister had 135. And Reed had more. Where is Ray Lewis? Where's Mr. Ray Lewis? You thought I was joking with you. I wasn't joking. He is nowhere to be found. He has 10 tackles, y'all. 10. He has 10. Gary Baxter had more tackles. Ray Lewis had 10 tackles. Now, he did have 10 and a half sacks. Okay? But he only had 10 tackles? What's going on? Clearly, 2K was sabotaging Ray Lewis because he was on the cover of the other game, right? Clearly, that's what it was. Okay, probably not. Probably they just made a mistake with how they packaged their defense, right? We have to remember that in 2K and in Madden at this point, the game is getting more sophisticated, not just in real life, but in the video game version of football, where certain packages will take out certain players. So I'm going to put Ed Hartwell at the right outside linebacker spot. I'm going to put Ray Lewis starting at the left inside linebacker spot. Excuse me if I said outside linebacker, I meant right inside linebacker for Ed, and we're just going to swap them, right? We're just going to swap them. We're just going to see what happens next. So we jump back into a new season, and now we're going to start it off with Ray Lewis at the left side, out inside linebacker, Ed Hartwell right outside, right inside linebacker. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Okay, you know what I'm trying to say. So we're going to simulate the season, and this time, the record's a little bit better. Look at this record though. We 9-6 if you win with 10-6, and look at that. We go from a losing record to a winning record, and we are in the playoffs, baby. We in the playoffs, the postseason. Now your boy Kyle Buller, he kind of had the same year. My boy Jamal Lewis, he back over 2,000 yards yet again. The man was a beast. Don't you know the man was a beast? And Ray Lewis, he has 150 tackles. So if you were like me and you were wondering why Ray Lewis is never in the Pro Bowl, how come he's never on top of the NFL for most tackles, that's why. They just kind of programmed it backwards where Ray Lewis would be taken out and Ed Hartwell would be staying in the game on certain packages. They just need to switch that and everything is back to normal. So Big Ray, 150 of them things. Now, because we went 10-6, maybe we can go to the Super Bowl. Maybe we can have a good playoff run, right? Maybe we can do that, right? So let's start the playoffs. We're going to be taking on the Colts. It's the battle of the new Baltimore versus the old Baltimore, and those Colts are going to go down, right? Those Colts are going to get smacked. Those Colts beat us by 2. Sorry, the Baltimore Ravens were eliminated from the playoffs in the wild card round. Try to improve your team in the offseason. Will do. So that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I always wondered why it was. I kind of had a feeling they just had to swap them, but to me, that's just crazy that it happened at the same time that Ray Lewis is on the cover of Madden 2005, right? So clearly it was a coincidence, or maybe it wasn't a coincidence that 2K knew what they were doing all along. You can let me know how you feel down in the comment section below, but I'm going to get up out of here. Hope that the rest of your day is the best of your day. Y'all stay safe out there. It's a crazy world we live in, and until we meet again, my friends, peace, love, hot sauce.